stop eating before the gym. But actually, what we're really talking about today is why you shouldn't live your life as an atheist, even if you don't believe in God. Because there's one fundamental factor that you can believe in. You either believe in God and you don't, or you don't, right? If you don't believe in God, what's the worst that can happen? Well, your whole concept of morality, concept of value of life, belief in eternity, belief in heaven, hell, life after death, meaning of life. After you die, what happens? Is it just nothingness? Does your life even matter as an insignificant human on earth? All of those things come to play if you don't believe in God. So, we have to wonder, why believe? And it's because I hope that God exists, because if he doesn't, all of the good that you do in your life, it has value, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't necessarily hold up to eternity. And it doesn't necessarily it's like it doesn't give enough life meaning. If I tell you that if you go out and buy a hamburger today, you're gonna kill 1,000 cows. But if you choose to at least not eat the hamburger today, you've saved 1,000 cows from dying, slaughter. And I can tell you all the reasons for that, but at the end of the day, that's the truth, right? Now, you could say that. We could go over that together. You can understand that. But if you still eat 1,000 or one burger, you kill 1,000 cows. Do you really have any ramifications? No, maybe a little bit of guilt, whatever. But if I tell you that you're gonna go to hell if you eat a burger today, because today is Ash Wednesday or whatever, I don't know. Whatever day you're not supposed to eat meat, Good Friday or something. If it's Good Friday and you eat meat, if you eat a burger on Good Friday, you're going to hell. Now, life has meaning. Now, things that you do matter, right? You mean eternity of damnation? Whoa. So it makes people question themselves, and it's good because people need a conscience. For our society to function, we need a value system that is universal, like something that goes beyond law. People break laws all the time. You go speed down the street and put other people in danger, but at the end of the day, you're just speeding a little bit, right? If you go 10 miles over the speed limit, yeah, you're an idiot, but whatever, right? Hang on. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so that's going. Sorry, my stuff is broken on my brand new car. What I'm trying to point out is life has meaning, and we shouldn't take away from that by saying, oh, well, this means this and this means this. You have to create your own value system with the religion that you were raised on. So, if I was raised Christian, I believe in Christianity, I continue to believe in Christianity, we're on to something here. If, you're raised by another religion, or maybe you're raised atheist, but maybe you believe in a little bit of Christian values, and maybe you choose Christianity, or maybe you trust the U.S. American law in Florida, because you grew up in Florida. Whatever. Everyone has different laws, moralities, and policies, almost. even in your own county from where you live, has a role in how you perceive the world, how you see the world, and how you act within it. But it also has to do with your family values as well. You know, did both of your parents raise you? Did you get raised by a single mother or a single father? All of these factors come into play, environmental factors that created who you are. And then from there, it's your choice to be better than your environment or worse, or stay the same and stagnate. Everyone's goal is to make their kids better than who they were. Now, there's different options that we have with that. There's different possibilities. But at the end of the day, if you believe in God, and you believe in heaven and hell at the most basic level, nothing else fancy, just keep it simple. Let's keep it basic for everyone. No thoughts on communion or how we're supposed to do it. No, let's not get into specifics. I'm talking about straight up, God is real. He's one God. You know, we've got a lot of different religions that explain how he is, who he is, how many gods there is, but let's just say that there is one absolute God. And there's heaven and there's hell. Or however you want to explain it, but at the end of the day, there are two ways to go. And I think part of that is to dictate our behavior. You want some way of telling someone that this is bad, this is good, this is what you need to do. That's it, right? Based on morality alone. And that's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to hell if you do this. Okay, don't do that. It's almost like a law that's been burned into your DNA. But how do we know? Because in the rest of the animal kingdom, in the rest of the hierarchy of the chain, you have everyone saying, okay, so, you know, the lion kills this gazelle, the gazelle eats this grass takes over the land and kills all the little weeds and stuff. You know, there's a hierarchy to everything, plants, animals alone. And then humans come in and say, hey guys, we're still gonna hunt them, but we're gonna give them a humane treatment. We're not gonna hunt them, we're actually just gonna, like, I don't know, tame them and then slaughter them. And then we'll tame these wolves over here, that's pretty cool. And, hey guys, we probably shouldn't kill each other. I mean, even though it's advantageous for everyone if we kill off the bad ones and then keep the good ones, and if anyone stands in our way when we're trying to procreate with someone else, we should just kill them too. I mean, people still do that, but at the end of the day, they get punished for it. So we kind of have created our own rules, our own morality that goes above above animal nature, right? If you try to kill me, I kill you. Okay, that right there is self-defense at the most basic level, right? Animals do that. You try to kill me, I try to kill you. I need food, you look tasty, I'm gonna run and kill you. You look like you're running after me, I'm gonna run, gazelle, right? But humans were so much more complex, which means that there's so many more things that we have to rationalize first. And we're creating our own morality. And that's why if you put anyone, I bet from 100 years ago, in place today, you'd be like, damn, this guy's racist, this guy's sexist, this guy's whatever. And you'd probably be right. So who knows 100 years from now what's acceptable. And this doesn't have to do with being politically correct or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is that it's just our morality adapts over time, right? Our language is going to get more select. Right now, we are split between a lot of languages. But one thing we do have for us is the ability to learn any language we want at any time. YouTube, Google Translate, tons of tutors online. Whatever language you want to learn in whatever region you want to learn, you can learn that. You can learn another language. You can learn 4 different languages if you want. Go for it, right? So I think over the course of time, we're going to see languages start to merge into one. I'm not saying everyone's coming to English, but we are headed that way already. If you speak English and you go anywhere, us tourists, we got English quite a bit around the world. And partially that's because of the Brits. The British people, Europeans definitely spread their language and culture around the world, and everyone's kind of stuck with it at this point. Now, we've adapted it ourselves, and some people told them to screw off, but at the end of the day, English is very widespread, and I think it's only going to grow from here. It's very complex. There's a lot of different tiny little details that you have to keep track of, but they're also slang, so it's not really a big deal. There's different levels of formality. There's different ways to say a word depending on where you're from, but it's still English. A UK person, a Tennessee person, a Florida person, and a Cali person are all sitting at a bar together. They're all going to talk different, but they still speak English. So they'll understand each other. It's just they're all going to have a bunch of goofy accents. And that's just how it is, right? Just like there's a New York accent too. So everyone has their own language, and that's okay. I think over the course of time, we're going to see those languages start to squeeze. And I think morality is going to start having a more universal language with that. Our cultures are going to be more widespread, right? We're all going to finally decide, hey, maybe genocide's not that cool. There's a couple holdouts right now, but I promise you, I think we're going to get there pretty soon. They say sex crimes is pretty bad. I agree. I think that's pretty messed up, right? I think we can all agree that sex crimes is pretty messed up. And then anything else you could think of, then that's when we get into the heaven and hell, what's good, what's bad. And, you start to realize, well, even if you don't believe in God, you have to believe in right and wrong. And if you believe in right and wrong, you kind of have to believe in God, because it's pretty absolute, right? Like, yeah, there's some gray area in there, but at the end of the day, there's some things that are definitely not good. And definitely, these are right. Like, hey, helping people out for charity with no volunteer, like you're volunteering your time for no money, nothing like that, just volunteering your time, being a good person. That really matters, that really changes things. And, sorry, my AC is broken. I don't know what's going on with it. However, what are we trying to get at here? What I'm trying to say is... Oh, hang on. We've got a lot of different options with this. A lot of different ways this can go. I think that English language, like I said, is going to grow. I think our culture is going to grow. I think that our religion is going to grow a little bit more. I mean, Christianity is already pretty big. And then there's a lot of other denominations that are so close to Christianity, it's basically the same, let's be real. So, there's that too. And then, trying to think. Sorry to let that guy through. Trailer in front of me. Anyways, it was a great day at work. Got to get out at 3:30, which is fantastic. I'm gonna go home, shower, play a little video games before passing out. I'm gonna play some Helldivers too. Might think about streaming it. We'll see. could be kind of fun. It would be kind of fun to stream a little Helldivers. Got a couple other games too. Let me know if you want me to play any one of them. And yeah. I definitely am looking for philosophy and religion. I want to find my own morality. I already have a good understanding of it. There's definitely some rights and wrongs, but I want to be a better person. I think everyone should. And part of that is understanding history and where we're headed, and figuring out, what needs to be changed in our lives. What should we change differently? How should we act differently, regardless of what anyone tells us to do? I mean, truly, how do you feel about treating someone else? And then at the end of the day, feeling confident in how you approached a situation. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's kind of hard to articulate this. I think there's a damn leaf in my my AC here or something. There's got to be something. Let's see. I think I captured everything I was trying to capture. I think it's important to live in a world with hope. Basically, I would say God is hope embodied in a person. It's basically saying, hey, all of the terrible people in the world, don't worry. If karma didn't get them in this life, the next life will get them for eternity. And for all the good that you did in this life, it wasn't enough. You may have died early at the age of 30 in a car wreck where a drunk driver hit you, but you're going to heaven because you did volunteer work every weekend. Without question, even when you were sick, you were helping out. That's the kind of thing that people want to hope for. Hope for value in life. Hope that in the end, everything works out. Everyone gets their fill. The good people get good for eternity, and the bad people get bad for eternity. It's peaceful. It's something that everyone wants. Every time a baby dies, or a dog dies, or someone innocent, a kid even, a child, a pregnant woman, every time anyone dies, we hope that they go to heaven, and we hope we'll be reunited with them in the future. The scary part of that is to say, well, what if I didn't believe in that? What if I didn't believe in God? What if I didn't believe in any of that? That's a scary world to live in. And a friend of mine, he explained this to me one day, and I brushed him off. And I shouldn't have. I should have really listened to him. Because while he didn't say it to me in the right context, I look back on it now, and it makes more sense. Do you want to live in a world of hope? Or in a world of despair where you have to find your own way? You'll be blind to everything. You'll live in darkness. You'll have no light at the end of the tunnel. No concept of, people getting punishment in hell. No one getting damnation. No wonder, I bet a lot of atheists, a lot of people that don't believe in God end up, becoming serial killers or going around being a vigilante. It feels like you have to take morality and judgment into your own hands. Kill people who are unfaithful to society, and bring up those who are good. The problem is if you try to bring judgment into your own hands, you'll have to be judged yourself. Because there is no morality behind that. That's why judges have jury. Not one person man or woman can have that much control over a person's life, live or suffer. You can't possibly have that much power in one person's hands. It's why we have jury. It's why we have, the judge now is simply final say. But the consensus of many determines one's fate. The only judge that we can truly put our trust in is the one above. Anyways, that's how I feel right now. I'll catch you next time when we talk a little bit more about that. Have a good one. I'll see ya.